What have you learned about some of these guys, and some of this team since you've been here?
I don't know if I learned anything new. I learned a lot about the guys in the playoff series. Really competitive. They compete every day, work really hard. We're going to have a really talented group at the wing position because we all kind of push each other. And, we're really competing against each other, so it's going to be good for us.
When did you get here, Andre?
I think everybody's been back for a couple weeks now, in and out since September, first week of September.
Was it like this at all with Denver or even with Philly, where guys were here this early and working out this regularly?
I don't know if it was this organized, but in Philly, I think my last year there we had a tight-knit group. We got together, not in Philly, but through various places throughout the country. But it wasn't this organized. And then Denver, I was there, 2 weeks early, but I had to say this is the earliest.
What do you think you're getting from this, or everybody's getting from this?
Just building the sense of the team, just having that unity, and just kind of building a foundation, hopefully something great.
I think Steph said there's a sign up in the locker room that a goal for the season, and it starts with a number 5. Is 50 or more wins something that you guys is a realistic, something you guys are aiming for?
Myself personally, I would say more than that. But we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to make adjustments. Just getting used to the guys, and I think they're certainly finding out things that I do and that I bring to the table. Maybe they didn't know playing against me, and hopefully that transition phase we can work that out quickly to get things rolling. But I looked at our schedule, see where we're at, see teams we're playing against, and the good thing is that we have a bunch of good character guys. So the number one main thing for us is winning. I think we put winning as a team over any individual goals, and those are the type of things that don't show up on the stat sheet that can help our team win.
Is that something you were looking for before this season, before you came to the Warriors, as a team with better character guys?
No, I wouldn't say that. Because definitely have played with some great guys, in every team I've been on. But I think, top to bottom, I fit in well, personality-wise, on and off the court with a lot of guys on this team.
When you say maybe you're showing some things that they hadn't seen, what would you say that you're doing a little bit more of now?
When you get in pickup, you can get caught up in, guys wanting to shoot the ball, score. But I've just really been trying to get a good feel for, where guys like to shoot, how our bigs cut, who likes to pop, how guys like the ball in the post, how can I cut off Bogut. So I've been passing up a lot for myself just to figure out those guys, and then I kind of assert myself into the offense, once training camp gets started.
How do you fit in personality-wise, like you said, with these guys?
It's pretty easy. You got different personalities with every team, but it's a little easier with this team. You got some guys who are laid back. With Draymond's kind of, he's an energy guy. Kent's an energy guy. D. Lee is, he's a different kind of guy. We're both Midwest guys, so I really understand him, and we kind of nonverbal communication with him, and becoming a really big fan of Bogut. He's really good.
Did you just predict 60 wins?
No, I did not. I just have really high expectations for us, but I won't say too much about wins. I'd rather fly under the radar, which is kind of seems to be the case with a lot of rankings, preseason rankings and backcourt rankings, things like that. So we're going to be focused throughout training camp, and we're setting the bar high for ourselves.
Usually, the odds are against this team, or it's low expectations. What goes into preparing for being and the team expected to win?
It's just a different type of focus, but I think we have a coaching staff that has expressed that early. We have high expectations. We expect to win. So everything we do, we have to have a winning mentality with it. We were running some 5-on-0 offensive stuff, and Pete Myers has been with some championship teams. Was coached by Phil Jackson, and he expressed how Phil wanted certain plays to be ran, even when it was just 5-on-0. So he got that message across early, and it doesn't have to be repeated. We come in, we get our work done, and we do it at a high level. It's going to show up on the court.
We
played against this team when Harrison Barnes kind of took on a new role. I mean, David Lee got hurt. What have you seen from him during these workouts in the last couple of weeks?
Well, he's had a really good summer from what I've seen as far as he's played a rookie year. He's got a feel for the NBA game. Something rare is he got a lot of playoff experience, so he knows what that's about. And he's had a lot of high expectations throughout his career, from high school to going into college and now the NBA. So he had a lot of doubters early on, so he's been really working hard, and he wants to establish himself as a great player in this league.
Did he surprise you guys a little bit in the playoffs? The versatility of that?
I don't think it surprised me. I've seen him play plenty of times before, and when he was put at that 4 spot, it kind of threw our bigs off of how to adjust to a guy like Harrison Barnes, who can shoot the ball and he can attack the rim a little bit. So they weren't accustomed to defending somebody like him. But I certainly wasn't surprised.
Harrison also said that you don't really like to be called Iggy. Is that true?
Yeah, I've never liked that since I was a kid. I've been called that. But my teammates can call me that. I feel like they kind of know me. They can get away with it. But other than that, I'm not a big fan.
So Iggy, how's the adjustment?
Not good with the name. The adjustment's been pretty good. Finally, it took me a long time to find a place to settle in. So I haven't moved yet, but hopefully get there within the next week or two. Try to get settled in before any preseason games start.
How is the defensive style of this team different from Denver?
Well, so far, what every team tries to do is you get lay a foundation defensively, and you get a set principles, and you don't want to change it up too much. So it's not that much different, but you have your defensive principles that don't change. So there's always a definite. There's no gray area. It's just plain black and white, which helps, especially with a young group or young guys. So I think with Bogut back, it's going to help me be a little bit more aggressive on the ball, not having to help off as much, and looking forward to getting the opportunity to be able to, fly around everywhere on the court.
What's your contact been like with Coach Jackson? What's that? How much contact have you had with him?
Well, he's here, so we've been communicating every day. For the most part, it hasn't been too much about basketball. He's just getting a feel for the person, and I'm trying to do the same thing. And I watched him play a lot growing up, and when you have a coach who's played, like I said, by David Lee, it's that nonverbal communication. It's not that hard for us to understand what the other's trying to do. So, I plan on having a great relationship with him, especially seeing the way the other guys played underneath him. I'm just looking forward to, coming in, whatever I need to do to help the team win, getting that done.
Are you guys getting 5-on-5s, or is it break down to 3-on-3s?
We've been getting 5-on-5s. We had a 4-on-4 a few times, but for the most part, it's 5-on-5s.
And is it defense and everything? You guys are playing full out?
Yeah, guys are going pretty hard. The good thing is we're running up and down the court, so we're getting good actual, conditioning there. We have some pretty good days of pickup, guys matching up, different groups, different lineups, so it gets competitive.
Are you running the point any?
Here and there. When we run our 5-on-0 sets offensively, I'm learning every position. The good thing about that, our sets all the NBA sets are pretty interchangeable, and most teams run it. So, I haven't quite got the calls, but once I see the formation set up, I know the play.
From what you've been able to tell with playing with the guys, what is the biggest adjustment you're going to have to make here?
I think that's a good thing. I won't have to make too many adjustments. I think if anything, just be more aggressive. If anything, we have a really just go and attack style of play, and when one guy gets it going, it's only going to open it up for another guy. So just continue to attack. I'm naturally a guy who can create for my teammates, so I got some really good shooters on this team. And then Bogut's been looking really good, so really looking forward to it.
Are you comfortable creating in a situation like this where Clay and Curry are running screens going opposite sides to the perimeter? Is that something you're used to at all?
That's going to be a little stressful because you got two great shooters. It's hard to pick one. Both of them can knock it down. So playing on some high assist nights. So looking forward to those two guys shooting the ball well. But Really excited for Clay. You know, there's going to be a lot of pressure taken off him with having to defend certain guys on certain nights, and we can switch up the assignment defensively and just, you know, I'll take the pressure off him and let him do more work offensively instead of exerting so much energy on the defensive end.
What's your impression been of the Bay Area in general, and especially the Bay Area fans?
They're really passionate about their sports, especially with the Oakland Raiders. They kind of got on me because I'm a 49ers fan, so I get that on Twitter a lot. I've been a fan of 49ers since I was a kid, so really following those guys. Got a chance to talk to Cap a little bit. My son's a big fan of, I shouldn't call him Cap, he doesn't like Cap.
No.
Big fan of Colin. My son's a big fan of his, so really looking forward to just enjoying the environment. So far the air has been great.
Studying the team last year, what did you see in Klay Thompson defensively and how he went from the beginning of the year to the end?
He's a better defender than people think, actually. But, when you're drawing those big assignments, it's tough. One night you might have Melo. On the East Coast trip you might have Melo, LeBron. You might have Luol Deng who can sneak up on you. Then you might have to go guard Kyrie. You might have to go guard Joe Johnson or Darren Williams. And these are all, 6 games straight you guarding 20-point scores. And people don't know how hard that is and how much energy you have to exert just guarding those guys with their volume shooters. So, going through that, he might have had a rough patch, but he's a very tough defender. And like I said, we'll be able to switch assignments from each other on who to guard. And then Harrison's a great defender as well. So you got 3 perimeter guys who can really defend, and we can even play big, go big in our lineup. So we got so many things we can do with our team. That's why we have high expectations of ourselves.
Do you feel like there's another level for you or something for you that you need to prove coming to the team?
Yeah, definitely. I think it just kind of, I don't think I got enough credit, for what I bring to certain teams, and especially last year with the record we had, and breaking the franchise record with wins, and how we kind of kept everything together and pulled off a great season. So just really continue to build on and with this team as well, and not just for 1 year, but do it for multiple years and keep making runs, at everyone's ultimate goal, which is the championship.
Denver got a lot better defensively last year. If you just could be honest, how much of that was you and your impact?
I would say it had a lot to do with it, because I had a lot of responsibility, especially in the pick and roll coverage on the weak side, and having to guard two guys, the diver and the 3-point shooter. It's just, it's just damn near impossible. I see a lot of teams lose games off that. And, just being able to use my length and athleticism and having to guard, certain guys on certain nights and just keeping them out the game against certain teams. Going to do the same thing here. And I think the thing that helps myself and the team I'm with is, how I'm able to turn the defense into offense. Getting steals, getting rebounds, turning into transition points, which opens it up, opens up the game for everybody.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.